Welcome, welcome, my little affairs, back to my lovely little channel. And if you're new here, I very much welcome you. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I made the Nightingale banner from Skyrim. What I used for this project is some paint and fabric softener, some thin cardboard and fabric, felt, and sewing supplies. So here I am marking across is 7 inches, and the length is about 9. What I at some point do is I go up about 3 inches and I measure that from the corner to the point that I reached in the middle, and that's about 4 inches up to make a tapered type of edge. Here you can see I started doing this with a ruler, but my ideas and plans changed. I then freehanded while I had pictures and references off to the side on my computer. So this was not a tracing at all, as it is quite a bit of a thicker but also thin cardboard piece. But I had it on a cardboard piece so that I could cut it out and use it as a paint template. That soon changed later on when at some point you will see me using a white pencil to trace onto the fabric. And here's my little cruddy picture that I tried to take of the measurements. I then start cutting out everything with an X-Acto blade after I cut out the big pattern piece. Here you see me trace upon the fabric, which is felt, and it appears more better on the felt than it did on the fabric, but that's just the choice I decide to use. At this point here, I do show a little bit of sewing, but down the line I don't show much because I don't know what you guys would think of it, just seeing a whole bunch of sewing, but I have it in another video too, showing how I did whip stitching and whatnot, and I'm doing this with a single thread. Here I brought it up earlier about using the white colored pencil for tracing. Of course that came up better on the felt, but I did do my best here. I show it here in a moment, I promise. So here what I did was I used my little bit of paint, and you want to use equal amounts of fabric softener as well. I start painting onto the fabric, so this took about 2 to 3 layers to get it as opaque as I wanted. At one point I accidentally flipped the piece over on my desk by mistake, and that was when I show off something later. But I thought I'd throw it in now. I flipped it over on my desk by mistake, and a little bit of the paint is on my desk, and luckily it didn't take any off. Surprisingly, it didn't take anything off from the piece. So with it being finished, I decided to do something a little bit different. I didn't record it because I figured, seen enough sewing, that you'd probably know what I did. I didn't measure the ribbon, I just picked a length that I thought would be good enough, and then I stitched it onto the back. And it would be a little easier to hang or to put a pin through, but that is the finished product. And that, everyone, is how I made the Nightingale banner from Skyrim. If you like this video, please sacrifice your likes and your subscribes. And if you're new and you'd like to see more, then hit the notification bell and I'll see you around, you know? So I will see you later, my little bears. Bye-bye.